folks, let's tie the no-brainer. Our favorite size for this pattern is 14, but you can do 16s up through 12s. I'm going to use a uni thread, 8/0 and tan. Just going to start my thread here at the hook eye, dress this back, go back to about the barb or so, trim out that excess. The first thing we're going to tie in is some ultra wire. I'm using red in a size small. This is an attractor pattern, so I like to use some elements to give it even more attraction. You can use silver, gold, any wire color really. I just like to use the red. We're just going to let that wire hang off the rear here, kind of out of our way. The next thing we're going to tie in is a saddle hackle. I'm using a brown, and we're going to tie it in right here at the rear as well. Experiment with different hackle feathers, different colors. Get that lashed in. And now we're going to tie in some deer hair. Some nice long hair. Make sure it'll go the full length of your hook shank. And we're going to use not quite half a pencil, but I got a decent clump there. I'm going to get all the short stuff out of there. Clean out all the under fur. So we got those nice long clean fibers. And we're going to throw that in the hair stacker here. Get that stacked up. Go. Now I'm going to tie this in off the rear of the hook, leaving about a hook gap or so amount coming off the rear. I'm going to get a loose wrap around that and then pull it tight, similar to if you're spinning deer hair. And what that'll do is it'll help the hair go all the way around the hook shank. So we do want to cover it all. And once you get that lashed down, go ahead and advance your thread up to the front. And then grab all that deer hair, and we're just going to pinch it right around the hook shank. Get another wrap around it here. You need to kind of pinch and pull it tight. You can, so you get that nice kind of tapered body like that. Okay, then up here at the front, I'm going to take all this deer hair, I'm going to kind of pull it up to the top and just get a few wraps around it, kind of like we're posting it up. We just want to get all that deer hair up on the top here. That'll make the head cleanup a lot easier. There we go. Now if you get any wild fibers like this guy here, don't worry about that, it'll clean itself up. But now that we got all that posted up, I'm going to go ahead and trim this deer hair and leave some. You want a head sticking up there, kind of like an elk hair caddis. That's a little long. I'll take some off of that. Size is up to you. There we go. Now we're going to take that hackle feather, get a nice full wrap back here at the rear. So I'll usually make a couple wraps, and then up the body we're going to do nice open spirals. And you can see that hackle feather will clean that body right up for you. And then up here at the front, again, I'll do a nice full wrap all the way around, and then I'll capture that feather and tie it off. There we go. Trim out that excess. And again, you can see how that hackle feather really streamlined that body and cleaned it up. And now, with your wire, you want to counter wrap. And really, I'm aiming for the spaces in between my hackle wraps. You're going to capture a few feather fibers, don't worry about that. But I'm just going to take that all the way up to the front, and then capture it and tie it off. There we go. And before I worry about that, I like to go ahead and whip finish. And you do have to do it at a bit of an angle to keep it under that deer hair up on the head. There we go. Trim out my thread. Either helicopter or cut out your wire. That's it. That's all there is to it. Clean up the head a little bit. If you've got any fibers sticking out the front, you can trim those out. The fish will still eat it regardless. But that's all there is to it. It's a very easy pattern. A few fiddly steps, but not hard at all to tie. And you can see how buggy it is. This is a great attractor pattern, and one that you don't see in too many boxes. So you're remiss by not having these. Tie some up, you'll like them. But thank you all for stopping by. We greatly appreciate it. Tight lines and God bless.